Neptune in astrology. Surfing your wave of greatness. My favorite comic books, like those of most kids back in the day, were those which featured Superman. I would imagine I had superpowers like him and instantly be transported to a different world or a different dimension where I would battle the forces of evil until I won. The simple joys of being a kid. When I reminisce about those days even today, I think back to the heroic roles I played in my fantasy stories. Whatever happened to those dreams? Why and when did I give up on them? Like many adults today can attest, growing up involves putting away childish dreams and facing up to reality. But reality? The very word makes me want to draw a long sigh. Like some busy working adults today, I have come to understand reality to be just another routine that blurs my days, merges my months, and collapses my years. I can't help but wonder, where did all my dreams go? What is this emptiness I feel within my life? Unjustifiable, especially when I consider the apparent success I seem to have achieved in material terms. I would sink into despondency for hours, sometimes days on end. I had achieved material success at the expense of my dreams to be Superman. On days such as this, I felt at sea, completely surrounded by water, drowning, with nothing solid to hold on to. I squirmed and struggled, but sank deeper yet. I could feel my agitation, see the waters closing above my head, felt the lungs gasping for air, and just when I thought to myself that I would surely drown, I felt a strong urge within me to stay alive, so I dove deeper inside me instead. I closed my eyes and realized the truth that I was dreaming, and as if by magic my ordeal was over, and I found myself on dry land again, in the comfortable, warm embrace of my sofa. I had fallen asleep and journeyed into the realm of dreams, a realm governed by the astrological planet of Neptune. The Greeks called Neptune Poseidon, god of the sea, the eldest son of Saturn. Together with Jupiter and Pluto, he was a mutineer, a deposer of his father. He inherited the underwater realm, and his symbol of power was the trident. Astronomically, Neptune is the 8th planet from the Sun. It is the 4th most massive planet in the solar system, with a diameter 4 times that of Earth's. Neptune has the strongest sustained winds of any body in the solar system, with wind speeds of up to 2,100 kilometers per hour. This is highly unusual for a planet so distant from the Sun. It can only imply that Neptune has its own internal source of heat. It radiates about 2.6 times as much energy as it receives from the Sun. There is quite a fair bit going on with respect to the internal dynamics of Neptune, even though the surface of the planet, as observed through powerful telescopes, looks eerily smooth and calm. From a psychological point of view, Neptune is the wonder and awe we feel, and the conclusion we reach when we contemplate the entire possible meaning of our existence. It is the most logical response and conclusion finite beings such as ourselves come to when we embrace the entirety of the universe in a single breath, and when the finite nature of our existence is measured up against the infinite nature of the universe we inhabit. It is important to understand the primary impulse of planetary energies in the psyche, and Neptune's primary impulse is the strong awareness of our eventual absence and what this feeling creates within us. Through Neptune, we can imagine what we would like to be possible, yet unrealizable. The imaginings of Neptune are the psyche's acknowledgement that for all that it has come to know, there is a whole lot it really does not know. It is a trust-based acceptance of the psyche's overarching ignorance as a modus operandi, which creates room for the supernatural to occur. Let me explain. Neptune is that longing which cannot be immediately satisfied through any local extension of ongoing processes, and as such, rules extremely long stretches of geological time. Its aim is to connect the psyche to a higher purpose beyond itself, through faith and through the contemplation of the psyche's limited nature in the sensorial world of experience. As such, Neptune deals with how the psyche feels when things are drawing to an end. It is the psyche's realization that the world will continue long after it is gone, just like the world existed long before the psyche was born. As such, Neptune is concerned with legacy, the type that endures beyond death. Neptune is formed in the psyche as a consequence of the implementation of the solar mind's creation, which is the I. This individuation by the solar mind creates a dichotomy between the I and the not I, one from which the psyche as a whole cannot be forever deceived, as the psyche cannot fool itself. It remains aware on some level of what it has done and why it has done this. Neptune is the awareness of this realization. It is the mindfulness of the unitary nature of all things, irrespective of the artificial but necessary structures individuation and form have created. It is an awareness of the connected nature of all parts of consciousness, independent of form and structure. Astrologically, Neptune represents formlessness and refinement through dissolution, immateriality and subtlety. Its symbol is the trident, which is the apparent development of multiple trajectories within a journey, whose singular direction was once very clear, thus obfuscating the truth. It is the magnification and multiplication of choice, and the apparent confusion that this may lead to. It is the feeling of mystical insights generated within the psyche when it overcomes itself and acknowledges responsibility for the creation and implementation of its multitude of forms and boundaries, which it erected to aid its survival in a world of experience. It must acknowledge these creations in order to push them aside, to reveal the unimpinged and limitless nature of its being. Since it takes 165 years for Neptune to complete one revolution around the Sun, Neptunian energies are generational. These energies represent those undefinable currents which dissolve, connect, and redissolve masses of individuals, forms, and structures into temporarily swirling but discernible patterns, trends, and vogue from a perpetual mixture of formless waters. Within a natal chart, Neptune's placement indicates where we are instructed to negate individuation created by the solar mind and the forms created by Saturn and just go with the flow. The type of connections and patterns we need to link up with are prescribed by the sign, house, and position and aspects that Neptune makes to the rest of the natal chart. When properly expressed, Neptune represents the energy which connects individuations into waves of hive minds, which we must tap into and surf to successful realization of our dreams and fantasies. When badly expressed, it represents our inability to properly time the crest and thrust of these waves, and as such may lead to missed opportunities, mistimed investments, and wrong forecasts. Remediation for badly expressed Neptunian energies involve considerable solitude and an internal recalibration aided by the rhythmic ebb and flow of natural forces, especially those specified by the sign, house position, and aspects of Neptune in the natal chart. When a generational energy such as Neptune is hijacked by the ego for individual gratification, the result is deception, trickery, permissive promiscuity, and substance abuse. If you would like a detailed synthesis of your natal chart, contact me at astrologer@the5principlesoforganizedcomplexity.com. The details will be in the description of this video. Thank you.